I'm kind of shy, but
you're doing it.
Yeah, I am.
You're doing a good job, too.
No, but it's just, it's really important, and it's something that you can't ignore. So, you know.
Well, that's what's allowed the corruption to grow and grow and grow until they're telling people they can't have tomatoes in their yard. They're telling people you can't speak at city council, even though it's the law that you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just showing that government has gone crazy.
We're going to live under the exact amount of tyranny that we put up with. And if everyone just sits back and just gets lazy, and that's what's happening in America. I mean, I think we've just gotten lazy. We let the mainstream media tell us what's going on in the world. We don't do our own research. And I mean, we just say, hey, you know what? It'll get taken care of. It's just what happens. It's just politics. No, it's not. It's not the left-right battling back and forth. You know, oh, is liberal or conservative? No, this is a system taking over. I mean, we are being hijacked as a nation, as a world, as humanity. I mean, look what the globalists are doing in the whole world. I mean, they're messing up with the DNA structure of the entire Earth. I mean, they're messing.
Oh yeah, our DNA's fried, fertility's plunging, cancer's exploding, diabetes is exploding. I got stacks of articles here where they openly talk about getting rid of us.
That's their plan. I mean, they want the planet to themselves. And I mean, who really knows at the very core exactly what they want? You know, a lot of people want to know all the answers, and we go out there and talk to them like, oh, well, tell us how they did this, what they're going to do here. Well, look, we don't know. We're seeing the basic framework of what's going on. And I mean, the basic framework is enough to get you up and active and saying, look, I'm... Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if I was a wild pig and I got caught in a trap, I'd want to get out. You know, animals know that. Animals won't eat the GMO. But you know, humans do. In fact, I have all these articles I meant to get to today. I mean, here's one, Fox News, cell phones, cancer, and infertility. And it goes through the fact of all these governments are even admitting, and major research institutes after the fact, that fertility's plunging, cell phones and rat studies do destroy fertility, double the chance of brain cancers. And again, why was I called a kook 14, 15 years ago for covering that from studies that were out then? They knew then. Yeah. Just now the cancers are exploding. Now they're acting like they tried to protect us from it. And these elitists have their own kids using cell phones. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a self-destructiveness to it.
When the WHO came out with it, that's when the whole mainstream media talked about it. When the World Health Organization said, yeah, it's causing cancer, then they'll all talk about it.
Now it's okay.
Now it's okay to talk about it. But when it was, you know, a big group of people are saying, no, for a long time, it causes cancer. I mean, a lot of people I talked to knew it, but they didn't ever want to talk about that. It was crazy. That was on the fringe. But now, yep, it's out there. And that's what they're going to do with everything. Guarantee you one day they're going to say, yep, 9/11 was an inside job.
Just like they did with Gulf of Tonkin. Oh, yeah, it's declassified. Yeah, it never happened. It's, you know, way down the line, they kind of tend to leak a little more information. But it's obvious. We're setting a trend. We're ahead of the curve, breaking news articles, doing street actions, you know, like y'all are doing here, breaking the news before it even hits mainstream. We're trying to hit the same information with the streets and really encouraging people to take action. There's so many different ways you can get this information out. We don't have time to waste. They're trying to shut down the internet. They're poisoning us even worse. I mean, forcing these light bulbs in our houses here. You know, it's just
tomorrow's not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Use today. Get active now, and that's the one message we'd want to say to everybody out there. That's what Truth Exposed Radio is about. That's what humanity is about. It's getting active, not just sitting back and you know, waiting for somebody else.
It doesn't matter your beliefs or your ideological beliefs. I mean, we don't discriminate at our show. We're just saying whether you're a Christian, atheist, Muslim, Jew, whatever you are, let's just get together and stand up for what's right and really be humble. Humble your heart and look in yourself and see who you are, because that's what's going to shine around you. That's going to be the example of who you are. So as an info warrior, you don't really need to be an info snob speaking to the audience and get upset at people for not getting it. You got to have humble your heart and have mercy on them and hope that they'll wake up someday. Be an example of what it means to be awake and do creative things and merciful things for those around you. And we could be examples to those around us and get really a wave of being a good person going.
Exactly. We can't look at these people and, you know, call them just morons. They are literally in a trance. They are physically living in a false reality, like sheep going off the edge of a cliff, and we've got to warn them. We've got to wake these sheep up, not just for them, but for us. We have no future if we don't do this, because as the globalist implode society, they're going to direct the sheep who are confused against every good institution, everything that's wholesome. I mean, look at this article out of The Age newspaper in Australia, and literally there are hundreds of these a week now coming out in the corporate New World Order brainwashing media. Humans become pets in the rise of the machines, Apple co-founder says. And that's Steve Wozniak. And then I have all these other articles. They had a Sun Microsystems saying in Why the Future Doesn't Need Us in Wired magazine. He says, I've met with the elite, and they're discussing, this is in 98, should we kill everyone in the world government, or do we give people something to do and, take care of them like pets, because we're going to merge with the machines. Now, whether that's going to happen or not, Ray Kurzweil, their guru, The Age of Spiritual Machines. In fact, Aaron's back there. He's got the Eugenics Society publication with Julian Huxley, and this was even in the 60s after, people knew about Hitler and everything, saying this would be their plan, The Age of Spiritual Machines. And they talk about how they're going to merge with machines.
The singularity.
And get exactly, and get rid of the rest of us.
Yeah, me and her watched that documentary, Transcendent Man, and we were blown away. I mean, we were watching the whole time thinking, this guy literally wants to be God. I mean, the way he acted, he's like, I don't want to die. He wants to bring his dad back. He wants to make like a robot of his dad. I mean, these people are messed up in the head.
Well, yeah, he said, in fact, the quote is, he says, I don't believe in God yet, but I'm going to be God.
That's exactly right. And these are the conversations going on behind the closed doors. Everyone's going, oh, what are they talking about? It's behind the closed doors. No, this is what's going on. I mean, this is what people are talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, whether it's real or not, I mean, whether they're going to be able to manifest this or not, they all go to meetings. William Shatner goes. They're closed doors, thousands of elitists, and they and the minutes have come out. They've written books. The Rockefellers go to it, and they talk about, we can't give the life extension to the public. We're going to slowly wipe everybody out, and then we're going to be transcendent and live forever. Yeah. And then they write about, well, actually, most of the people we're recruiting aren't going to get this. We're going to kill them later, too. I mean, this is such a psychopathic, crazy thing. Here it is, Evolutionary Studies. And it says, a certainty celebration of the life of Julian Huxley, edited by Milo Kynes and Answorth Harrison. And if you look, it's put out by the Eugenics Society. And this is the founder of transhumanism that they've all just repackaged and put out low-level stuff for the general public like Transcendent Man.
Yeah.
You get deeper into what they all write about, they're going to kill us, and it's wonderful and beautiful, and they're going to be God.
Yeah.
And, again, that's Ray Kurzweil. Bill Joy says that this is a terrible thing. He says, I think you should know they're talking about killing everybody. This is Wired Magazine, Sun Microsystems founder.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, you might want to. Yeah, you might want to listen to that.
But they sell it like it's cool. The head of Sega is saying that one day video games are going to be chips in your body, and then Ray Kurzweil is talking about that. They're going to make it trendy.
But they're only going to give us the level of it that does enslave us. They're building the architecture to dehumanize. I haven't read this worship of Julian Huxley, the former head of the UN UNESCO program that sets the policy for our public schools. I haven't read this one, so Aaron ran in during the break, and he said, look, you've got to look at Chapter 13, where they say that the UN and Huxley set this up as the new world religion of transhumanism, which is really eugenics. And it says eugenics is the world religion, and this is the religion the elite follow. Now, I'd never seen them say eugenics was their religion. I had always said they behave and act like it's a religion and follow it like a religion. Here they are saying it is their religion. This is the founder of transhumanism.
And you had Bertrand Russell, who's another eugenicist, Nobel Prize winner, so-called anti-war thinker, who was saying in his writing, Scientific Society, also talking about setting up the Eugenics Society, he was saying how Christianity is politically incorrect because it teaches individualism, and it's anything that teaches individualism is what they don't want, because they want us in that collective mindset of the mainstream illusion and want us to plug into their electronics devices. Unfortunately, kind of.
They want well, it's not that the electronics are even evil.
Yeah.
It's how they're engineering them is their main bend. They engineer tracking control that you then pay for when you buy it.
And then there's a new headline yesterday I forgot to bring up that they're saying now that electronic devices are coming with malware in them. Did you see that headline? It was from last night I saw it. And that more than likely in the next year we're going to see a lot of phones being hacked. Well,
no, that's how they spun it. Oh, my gosh, all the major products, hackers can get in. Well, that's because the government, under the Telecommunications Act of 96, it's law that the back doors are there.
Yeah, they're going to stage a bunch of hackings. They're going to do it. It's on its horizon. I mean, we're seeing that coming over the horizon right now.
Well, that's what the cybersecurity base in San Antonio is. is to launch their attacks.
Military City, USA.
And then Apple has the patents to stop your video from recording video, stopping your cell phones from recording video at a...
No, they admit the cops just hit a button and all electronics turns off.
That's going to be spread everywhere. That's going to be spread. I mean, that's not good.
Maybe I shouldn't give you those lower tech cameras. We need to keep all this, quote, old tech, because they're engineering spy grids and AI systems into everything. And that's why they're going to drones. That's why they're getting away from actual troops, because soon that's why they wrote The Future Won't Need Us, because the globalists are going to have their mechanized system.
Yeah, they're going to commit some bad evil with those robots they're creating, too.
Well, they're trying to keep... No, not evil. Peace.
Yeah, my bad.
War is peace, my friend.
Evil is good.
You're talking about the robots, the AI, they're going to be our butlers, aren't they? like in the Jetsons and like all the science fiction, everything we're fed.
Well, no, they are going to be your butler in the first wave, but it's spying on you the whole time.
Yeah.
And you already see that in all the cell phones and all the architecture under global standardization.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do something secret. They've been taking baby's blood for 39 years secretly, now admitted. But
yeah, they wouldn't lie to us.
by the way, they store the blood samples for most of the U.S. in San Antonio.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm sure they do. And, man, it's insane.
Isn't that loving?
Yeah, it's loving over there in San Antonio, Military City, USA, with 4 bases and NSA and, oh, my gosh. But we're doing...
And Microsoft.
And then the university there in San Antonio has a specific cybersecurity course that they've spent millions on. So, I mean, they're definitely gearing out. They're setting up a military factory in San Antonio. And here we are, the rogue little We Are Changed San Antonio family, wandering the streets.
Well, you're the white blood cells recognizing the cancer.
There we go.
And the cancer's saying, no, I'm taking over. My country, my world. Take your shots. Drink your sodium fluoride. Drink your bisphenol A lace plastic. I'm going to kill you, Medina.
We're saying, I don't think so. Bring it on. I mean, that's what, they want a war. They're going to get a war.
Well, they need us as biological androids to finish their electronic construct, and then they're going to get rid of us, they say, in the next evolutionary step in their religion of eugenics and death.
Ray Kurzweil talks about the singularity to come in.
We don't have long, though.
Yeah,
and all you cops and servants of this, and even you globalist technicians that know this but think you're part of the chosen ones, you're not. You didn't get a memo about bisphenol A, did you? Guys, this main transmission is over. Mike Adams filling in tomorrow. We have a special Great Broadcast Friday lined up for you. Well, I want to thank Rachel France. I want to thank Matthew Medina and Cody Hess for coming in. You guys are doing a great job. I wanted to get Aaron to pop in because you have the Eugenics Society in this book worshiping Aldous Huxley. This is the progenitor of Ray Kurzweil and all the rest of them saying, if humans are even allowed to stay around, we'll be pets of the globalists that have merged with machines. And, of course, that's the co-founder of Apple saying that. And that's why you have folks like Bill Joy who went to meetings. And he says, I was with 200 top technology owners, and they said, do we kill everybody? I mean, this is all, and the decision's been made, yes. So the cancer's doubled in the last 10 years, the diabetes, people are dying all around us. It's only going to get worse. We're all being killed incrementally. Aaron Dykes has now researched this one area probably deeper than I even have. He just has read probably 100 of their own writings. Aaron, they think they've got us. What's your take on this?
Well, the eugenics system really is the world state declaring over 100 years ago that they have the right to control our life processes, who gets to breed, who gets to live, who gets to die. George Bernard Shaw talked about how under socialism you'd be forcibly fed, clothes fed, and if you weren't good enough, you'd be kindly exterminated. Well, it's that same system.
Now they have the machines, so bye-bye.
Eugenics is that system.
The thing is, the elite don't need us. Life's always been cheap. Now it's something toxic.
He talked about...
That's why we're being taught humans are evil, so we'll accept, we're dying for Earth.
He talked about Bertrand Russell, who is connected with Julian Huxley on this UNESCO project, which is education, science, culture, the whole thing. Your whole life revolves around this eugenics idea. And then here it is in this Eugenics Society appraisal of Julian Huxley, brother of Aldous Huxley's life. And chapter 13 is Julian Huxley and eugenics, which he wrote extensively on. And they have one quote from a Dean Inge, who says, eugenics is capable of becoming the most sacred ideal of the human race. As a race, one of the supreme religious duties. Huxley says, I agree entirely. One of the implications of evolutionary biology are grasped. Eugenics will inevitably become part of the religion of the future, or whatever complex of sentiments may in the future take the place of organized religion. And Bertrand Russell wrote about the same thing as part of this eugenic...
and their religion is, by definition, do as thou wilt. We will go on willing. We will kill all of you. We will merge with machines. I don't believe in God. Not yet. I will be your God. I am Ray Kurzweil.
Yeah, but Bertrand...
And then they write about how they're all going to kill each other, too. It's going to be one left. Yeah. There's going to be one Lucifer left, kill everything.